What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. ClutchKickerNation here, bringing you more BBDB budget BMW drift build. That's right, we're going drifting. I got a bunch of dirt all over my head. Whew, I must be working, or at least trying to look like it. Either way, we're going drifting. July 29th, Midvale Raceway. I don't know where it is, somewhere in Ohio. Either way, if you're cool, you'll be there. If you're lame, you won't. Whatever, we're gonna be there. So, BMW in the washed out wonderland. We're going drifting. We did our subframe mounts, we did our differential, we did our coilovers, all that crap. Not really crap, but all that stuff. Either way, we gotta do an alignment. What good is all that stuff if you're like, you know, I don't know, sidetracking down the road? Or you're fighting yourself because you're understeering. And it's bright right now. But picked up something, never used before, gonna try it out, see how I like it. Hopefully it's easy. I see a lot of people use it in videos, so I decided to look into it, and it looks simple. It's easier than my method, so we're gonna try it out. So I picked up these toe plates, just simple toe plates from Jegs. They're like $40-ish, somewhere around there. Comes with nice little instructions. Part number is like that. You know, you got your tape measures, you got your toe plates. I mean, I don't know what else to explain, they're there. The idea is you put one toe plate on this side of the wheel, you put another toe plate on the other side of the wheel, you run both tape measures, and you measure your front and rear distance, and you can see if they're different. If they're different, you have toe, and it's either going to be toe in, toe out, who knows, but we're going to try to fix it. So I have no idea where it is. I did, you know, the offset lollipop bushings, and other than that, that's really all I did in the front. The front feels decent, but I know it's probably out of alignment because one, when you lower it, your toe gets changed along with your camber, and two, yeah, it probably is just shitty because everything on this car has been shitty other than the body itself, like the structural body of it. I mean, the exterior is not bad, but it's been wrecked in the front, it's been wrecked in the back. Mild, but it's been wrecked, and yeah, whoever had it before me just is a half-ass mechanic that just didn't really give a fuck. So they really took budget to the extreme. So we're doing budget, but with a little bit of giving a fuck. So, you know, we're buying decent parts, and we're doing good work, trying to make things last, and everything. So we're gonna set an alignment, we're gonna see how bad it is. So I'm just gonna get these plates, I'm gonna try to figure out, I'll probably have to put like some weight on the one side, and then I'll just run the tape measurers and see how bad it's out. Alright guys, so now we have our toe plates installed. We got our tape measures going underneath the car to the other side and everything. This is basically all you do. Alright, so basically you're going to take your measurement and you're going to look, and you see we're right before 65.5 here. And over here we are almost 66.5. So as you can tell, we are way toed in. So somewhere one of these wheels is really adjusted incorrectly, and I'm not sure which one. But either way, the measurements are off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna raise the car, we're gonna adjust the tie rods, and we're going to equally adjust basically like 2 turns on the left, 2 turns on the right, to adjust them to try to keep them equal, and basically to take out that toe in, because an inch, that's quite a bit. So I'm gonna get to work. So I'm gonna get this jacked up, and I'll show you where you're gonna make your adjustments in case you've never done this, and we're gonna get this toe straightened out. Yeah. What's up, guys? It's been a couple hours, quite a bit of time since my last update, or actually I should say the intro. But I think I'm done with the front. I'll tell you, yeah, it hasn't been apart in a while, so I had a lot of trouble with the driver tie rod, getting it loose. I had to heat it up a lot of cussing, swearing, but eventually I got it. And I think I've successfully set the front end to about a 1/16 of an inch toe in. I usually run it about 1/16 to an 1/8 inch toe in. It helps with turn in a little bit. Everybody has their own opinion. And it's just something I'm familiar with on the S13. That's just about where I normally set it. So I'm going to go with where I normally set it because that's just what I know. But I'll show you what you have to do. Alright guys, so here's your tie rod in the E36. It uses this slip joint that fits over there, and as you tighten this nut up, it puts pressure on these slots and it locks it on there. I guess it's just the European way of doing things. But basically all you do is you loosen this nut, break that free from your outer tie rod, and then there's a hex cut into the inner tie rod here, and you're basically going to rotate it. You're going to screw it in to shorten or screw it out to lengthen, depending on what you need your alignment to do. If you're towed in, since this tie rod is located in the front, if you shorten it, it's going to pull the front of the wheel inward and tow you in more. So if you lengthen it, it's going to push the tire out more, and it's going to, you know, correct the toe in or give you some toe out. So when the tie rod's in front of the tire, usually shortening it's going to toe in, lengthening it's going to toe out. If it's in the rear of the tire, it'll be the opposite. But either way, you're going to make adjustments here and on the other side over there on the tie rod, so that you can kind of try to keep them equal. It's really hard to get a reference looking at the tire, whether you're towed in or towed out and everything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'll drop the car, move it around a little bit, and then I'll try it again, because I had to jack it to make the adjustments, and I'll just check to see if there's any discrepancies. Alright guys, so quick update. I haven't been filming a whole lot because I've been scratching my head running around in circles. So I thought I had adjusted the toe to be a 16th toe in. I drove it down the road, and I'm still dirty in the forehead, and it just sucked. So the steering wheel was a little off, the car just didn't feel right. So I was like, oh well, how am I going to set the front, which is the steering wheel, if the rear end's all out of whack, and the rear end could cause the car to track off, which would then cause the steering to have to be adjusted to go straight. So I was like, well, let me tackle the rear, because the rear has no steering components or nothing. It just has the trailing arm buckets, and you know, there's no variable of like the wheel's not straight, you know, it's turned to the right more, throwing off the alignment. No, that is literally, you know, locked except for the toe adjustment. So I went ahead and hit the toe plates, took a measurement, way off. Way off. So I loosened the bolts and I slammed them all the way toe in, because it was showing so much toe out. So I slammed them all the way, both of them, all the way, baseline. Everything is maximum in. Checked it, it's almost perfect. So I was like, cool, I'm just gonna leave it there. So I was like, well, now that the rear's straight, I can actually get somewhere with the front. So I pulled it back up, got the toe plates, and I've been battling back and forth. I couldn't tell what to do. And this is where I'm gonna say the thing about toe plates, what I've learned. And if I'm wrong, comment down below, educate me, because I've never used these before. I'm old school, I use string and jack stands and a tape measure. So I'm using these for the first time. But if your alignment is good, they're great. If you have a known alignment and you want to increase toe or decrease toe, they're perfect. I mean, I can easily go and put a 16th inch toe in, or an 1/8 inch or ½ inch, whatever, if I have a known baseline. But if my right wheel is way out and my left wheel is way out, it kind of makes it really difficult to know which wheel is really causing most of the toe in. So, you know, I started looking, I was like, well, this wheel looks more towed in than that wheel, so I adjust this wheel, adjust this wheel. And honestly, it was a nightmare. I was running back and forth, so I had to pull out the string and jack stand. So I know it's kind of hard to see, but if you look here, there's a string to this jack stand. And this works, and I've probably mentioned, if you have the same wheels and the same track width, you just set it to a height that's about center line of the wheel, and then you measure from the wheel to the string a set point. So I did 5 inches, and then in the rear 5 inches, and that squares the string to the 2 wheels, and then you just measure from the string to the front of the wheel and the string to the back of the wheel, and that tells you how much toe it is. So believe it or not, my eyeball alignment, this was perfect. This was a 16th inch toe in, which is exactly what I wanted. However, the one I thought was good, this one was like a ½ inch toe out or something. Way out. I had to adjust the shit out of it. So I put it a 16th toe in. And then I put the toe plates on, and bam, it's showing 1/8 toe in. Exactly what I wanted. So I don't know. Maybe this helps. Maybe I'm dumb when it comes to toe plates. I will also say these wheels suck for toe plates. So I'll just give you an example here. So here's my toe plate, and the problem is the tire doesn't stick out past the rim, and then the rim has these raised parts in here, so I can't really square it up very well. So I'm trying to square it up, and then I'm trying to measure from here to here and here to here to get this measurement the same as this measurement before running the tape measures. And I'll tell you, it's just a nightmare with one person. I got a tire sitting over here trying to put some pressure on it, but you know, with a different rim that was flatter or concave where it could actually touch the rim lip or the tire itself, I feel like this would work a lot easier. Hopefully it rides straight and true, and we can say the alignment is good, because after that, there's only one thing left to do, and that is install our handbrake. Yes, that's right, our eBay Hydro. I already got the little brackets cut out to weld up. All I gotta do is weld those in, bolt it up, run some brake lines, and then bleed it, and we'll have an e-brake. For the first time in like 5 years, I'll have a car that I'm drifting with an e-brake. Having an e-brake may just give me a little bit of a boost when I really need to get some modulation of the angle and it don't have any more power or whatever, I don't know. But, you know, maybe I just need another one of these bad boys. But really, I just need to get some more money so I can swap that bad boy in. So, buy a sticker, ClutchKickerNation.BigCartel.com. Pick up a slap, throw me some funds, help me fund some of this stuff so maybe I can get that 2J into BMW one day. I'm gonna take a ride, see how this goes, and I'll update you guys when I get back. See a little smoky. Oh yeah, she tired. Little wore out, valve stem seals. They ain't doing so hot. Cracked head, it ain't doing so hot. But temperature stays good. And she's still running, and we still gonna send it. With the alignment and everything done on the BMW, we're one step closer to being ready for the drift event next weekend. So I want to get this handbrake in, or at least get it mounted and try to get it in before the drift event. It would be nice to actually drift with a handbrake. I haven't done that in years. So what I need to do first is I need to get this center console out. I already cut this and everything for the handbrake because it's going to pretty much get mounted here. But I didn't account for how much the master cylinder, so I got to take this out and everything. So let's get that out. Alright, with everything out the way, now we can kind of see that this is going to mount somewhere in here like so, and we're going to have to modify that rear cover or the armrest, whatever, no big deal. So I'm going to kind of get a few things, try to get a few things mocked up here. I have these angle plates down there that I cut that I'm going to try to use and weld onto here. Probably going to have to pull the seat and everything, but yeah, I'm going to get the seat out of the way actually. It'll probably be 10 times easier because then I can get a welding blanket in here. So let's get the seat out of here. Alright, so now that our seat's out the way, we can kind of see that I want this to sit in this general location. That way it'd be pretty close to the shifter and everything. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to weld 2 plates underneath here and then bolt it to the handbrake. So I'm going to take a look, play around with positioning and see what I can come up with to get this bad boy mounted in here. Like I said, it's just cheap eBay one, but hopefully she'll do the job. Alright guys, so we are plugging away on the e-brake install, and I've come up with some brackets. Now, none of this is pretty because I'm just working with some scrap material, but just to give you an idea, here are my brackets. They're nothing fancy, a couple nuts welded on there just to mount the e-brake. Basically, it's going to install like so. So I got to get the welder and get in here, tack this in here, and then we'll see how she looks like once we get her welded in there. So stay tuned. All right, guys, there's our Clutch Kicker Nation fabrication, baby. That's right, we got our brackets all tacked in. Gonna clean these up just a tidbit, and then we're gonna sand it with some beads, get them welded in. Then we'll probably shoot some spray paint on there, you know, get her looking decent, and we'll get her mounted in there. So stay tuned. All right, guys, there it is. All welded up and installed. Seems pretty strong. Like, I don't see it coming off of there. I will say the tranny tunnel flexes a little bit, so that's to be expected. Not much I can really do there, because even if I were to brace it from here down or something like that, it's actually flexing at the tunnel itself. I don't know if you can see it, but the tunnel itself is actually flexing. But the good thing is it's stronger going to the left than it is going to the right. So the driver's the one gonna pull it. So if anything, it's gonna get pulled to the left, and it's a lot sturdier that direction than pulling it this way, because this way it's twisting the tunnel a little bit this way. So not bad for my first time fabricating up some brackets to weld this to the body. Overall, I think it'll work out perfectly, you know, especially in the budget build, since that's what this is. You know, I don't see any issue like it yanking back and coming off, so that's good. So I'll count this as a win. So now all I have to do is figure out how I'm gonna plumb the lines and basically plumb the lines. Sadly, I'm not going to get this fully done and tested today and everything, but I'm one step closer, which hopefully will cut down some time on getting this project accomplished. So maybe when we go drifting at Midvale on the 29th, I'll have an e-brake. Who knows? But that's going to wrap up this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and everything like that. Thanks for checking out the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it as usual. Cop a sticker, help me out. And just stay tuned for next weekend. We should have some cool drift footage because we're going to take this bad boy out. Cracked head, worn out engine, but we're gonna see how she does. Hopefully a lot better now with the coilovers, the final drive, and all the diff bushings and subframe bushings. Hopefully it's a big improvement over last time. If we can just keep in the power band. I did get some smaller tires to try, so hopefully that helps us out too. If not, we're gonna inflate them up to like 100 PSI, and we're gonna try to get this thing sliding good. But yeah, I'll check you in the next one. Later!